I'd like to thank everyone for coming today and viewing our presentation. Quick reason why we're here today is we have assembled to offer you a policy that will help reduce the stress levels here at Datatron that is affecting its employees. I'd like at this time for all of my team members to introduce themselves. My name is Joshua Waller.
I'm Rocio Torres.
Ernesto Peñón.
Alexis Dixon.
All right. So, who here has ever been stressed at work? I'm to go with no one because it is almost impossible to make it in today's business world without some form of stress. Stress has always been prevalent in the workforce. Companies big and small have to step up to the challenge of properly identifying stressors and methods of decreasing them. When workers are faced with a work-life imbalance, physical and mental responses such as high blood pressure, forgetfulness, and impulsive behavior begins to take a toll on the body. These physical and mental responses to stress can negatively impact an employee's productivity. So therefore, it is important for us to understand that stress does not only affect business profits, but it can have a real negative effect and negative repercussion on the lives of your employees. Our team has been thoroughly researching this topic about workplace stressors and the ramifications thereof. Through this research, we have been very effective in identifying problems within the company. Understanding the significance of reducing stress has allowed us to produce a comprehensive plan entailing facts and statistics to reduce stress and make Datatron a healthier place to work. I'm going to give you a preview of the areas that we will discuss today. First, we will be focusing on the key issues that we are facing here at Datatron. Second, we will address solutions to the problems that we have discussed. And finally, we will show you how Datatron will be transformed as you begin the first steps towards change. It is important to keep in mind, though, it is not stress that kills us. It's our reaction to it. This is a quote from Seeley Hans. However, before we can be successful in reacting with workplace stress, Rocio and I will discuss some of the focus areas we have discovered that are the source of stressors at Datatron. So at this time, I will hand things over to you, Rocio Torres.
In the last 2 years, there has actually been an increase in both abstinence and turnover at Datatron. An internal audit conducted by the Lane Consulting Company concluded that employees are stressed at all levels. According to a 2017 Forbes online article, author Alan Poe explains that when stress is left unchecked, it can wreak havoc on not only employee productivity, but also their health. Cole further explains that too much stress also creates toxic work environments that hinder productivity. Our team has uncovered 4 significant causes that are responsible for abundances stress at Datatron. One would be workload. Workload is one of the leading causes of work-related stress. According to the Indian Journal of Health and Well-being from 2015, work-related stress is a pattern of reaction that occurs when workers are presented with work demands that are not matched to their knowledge, skills, or abilities, in which challenge their ability to cope. Sarah Harris, author of the 2018 article, The Top 21 Major Causes of Stress in a Workplace You Can Easily Avoid, claims that due to an increase in job demand, many employees in today's workforce are working harder because of the work that's expected of them. Supervisors are expecting work done to be in a faster manner today in the fast working workplace. Companies are also trying to cut corners financially by cutting staff and still expecting the current workload to be fulfilled. Harris also stated that sometimes demands of the job don't match with the employee's skill set. Second, unsatisfactory working relationships are also a significant cause of workplace. According to the previously mentioned article by Sarah Harris, a company should promote positive behaviors at work to avoid conflict and ensure fairness. Harris also claimed that if a company is negligent about having a system in place for employees to report unacceptable behavior, there will be even more stress in the workplace. When employees feel that they cannot vent their frustrations, they will bottle it up and it will create stress. Also, when management is unaware of toxic behaviors, the problem will persist until something drastic happens. Third, no appreciation for employees can cause a lot of work for stress. When employees feel unappreciated, their work performance tends to go down. According to research by Arthur Sarah Harris, the lack of appreciation to employees creates stress that endangers future efforts. And fourth, the lack of resistance between work and other life roles can bring stress and increase turnover. Melissa Henquist, an author of a 2010 article, Working Shifts, states that sacrificing our personal lives for our professional lives often feels like it's the only way to thrive in society, that values our work over ethic has become valued over everything else. The work life balance is tipping even more towards work, making lives without balance, and creating a host of challenges to American families that are already struggling to find quality time together. The lines between our personal life and professional life are becoming increasingly blurred. According to a 2010 periodical Coping with Stress from Work-Life Conflict, Arthur Jan states that we're working longer hours at work and doing our best to prove that we are valuable assets to our employers after hours. Now that we have laid out the problems in detail for you, I will turn things over to Joshua. He can talk to you more about causes of these problems and the consequences if we do not take serious action.
There is more bad news because we are all impacted by stress here at Datatron. There are a variety of things that stress can do to employees, and if left unchecked, it could lead to some very serious issues. In fact, in a 2017 online article, Ways to Cut Employee Stress and Boost Productivity, author Alan Cole claims that stress has been associated with physical problems like a weakened immune system, stomach aches, high blood pressure, hair loss, and even headaches. Cole further explains that it can cause problems with employees' concentration and also hinder their productivity. According to another online article from 2015, How Google and Others Help Employees Burn Off Stress in Unique Ways, author Jane Porter claims that working long hours has been shown to increase mortality by 20%. That statistic alone would mean that 30 employees out of 150 will lose their lives because of workplace stress. I mean, did you guys hear that? 30 people we know and care about could lose their lives due to workplace stress. That's crazy. Employers are also equally affected by workplace stress. According to a 2019 online article, 20 Ways Employers Can Reduce Stress in the Workplace, author Sarah Harish states that workplace stress has become very costly and heavily impacts business in a negative way. Harish also backs the claim up with research conducted by the American Institute of Stress that has concluded that work stress costs 300 billion productivity loss annually. She's also found through research that employers pay up to 50% more in health insurance costs for stressed out employees. The financial rewards at Datatron go down significantly with work-related stress. Clearly, there are some consequences if we do not act. Therefore, we must pay attention to the extensive research of job stress. Work stress negatively impacts both organizational and extra-organizational outcomes. It has become a growing concern because it is found to have significant economic implications and the organizations in bad publicity. Work stress can carry into our personal lives and into our home lives. Health outcomes can emerge from stress into physical and mental issues. In a 2015 article, How Job Stress Might Be Killing You by Elizabeth Renter, a study from the Center of Monetary and Financial Studies concluded a research that workers who are overworked increase the likelihood of smoking, alcohol, and consumption, and lack of regular exercise. These three behaviors are known as risk factors for serious long-term ailments like heart disease. Job stress is also tied to hypertension, obesity, and even depression. In a 2016 article, Stress Management, a founder of a counseling firm in New York, Susan Neri Firwald, confirms that too much stress suppresses our immune system and causes us to get sick. Unhealthy levels of stress interfere with our person's ability to think creatively and less interested in giving forth their best efforts. According to a 2006 magazine article, Stress Management, author Catherine Tyler claims that a chronically stressed, liberated workforce will not be nearly as productive as one that feels energized and inspired. Employees that feel stressed for a prolonged period tend to experience burnout, and that is where the high turnover rates are generated. As you can see, job-related stress has the potential to destroy lives and organizations. The good news is that it's not too late to change the scenario. So I will now turn things over to Jennifer and Alexis, who will lay out a stress reduction plan.
Where our team has assembled a comprehensive plan that will take the problems that Datatron is facing and overall reduce the stress level of everyone. But before Alexis, I can give the outline, our plan. Again, our plan must first explain the steps we took to develop the stress reduction plan. We evaluated our ideas carefully. The team developed five special criteria to evaluate each idea before our plan could form. It was important to come up with very specific rules that would help the team navigate a plan that best meets the needs of Datatron and its employees. We determined five criteria developing our plan. Must include all employees and all with accurate feedback. Must report all must respect all employees' privacy and implement co-bonding. Should not should have special support. Must not overspend our budget of $30,000 a year of our plan. Should not be biased towards any department within the company. From the criteria, we determined a prolonged action plan to decrease job stress at Datatron. Our first policy is to create open communication at Datatron and combat unnecessary working relationships within the company. The first plan of action is to develop a company discussion board. According to a 2015 online article, How Google and Others Help Employees Burn Off Stress in Unique Ways, Author James Porter explains an app development company called Apster implemented an online discussion board designated especially for employees to post complaints and concerns anonymously and publicly. Porter also quotes Apster co-founder Mark McDonald saying, if people are stressed, they want them going home stressed. They don't want them going home stressed. We want to implement the same style of discussion board that Apster used in Hero at Datatron. Developing a discussion board will cost our team $10,000 out of our budget. The goal is to develop better communication between whole company, just like Apster. Opening communication will allow company leaders to hear the voices of their employees, cut down on employees feeling like they don't have a voice. Our second policy is to reward employees and make them feel appreciated. We will implement an annual company party at the end of the year. The cost of this annual event will cost our team $350 out of our budget. At the event, a meal will be served each employee that is valued at $25 an employee. Employees can bring one gift. Rewards will be given to employees who honor length of time employed, a best attendance training certificate. Datatron vendors will donate gifts to be raffled to employees at the company party. Another way to make employees feel appreciated is by offering group one-on-one attention. Author Jane Porter explains how Google offers specific classes to employees that help them be stressed while at work. Porter claims that in the workplace, you don't move stress from life. All you can do is react better to stressful events. We aim to do this by bringing in life coach slash yoga instructor to be in the office 2 hours a week. Employees can schedule 30-minute yoga group sessions with a yoga class. The yoga class will also include 15 breathing sessions. Employees can also talk with the life coach as he or she makes rounds throughout the company to check up on employees. This will cost our team $5,200 out of our budget. And now, Alexis.
Our team has come up with three policies that coincide with each other to create one effective stress reduction policy to reduce stress for all employees at Datatron. Our third policy is very different because it will be composed of small groups. Stress management is something that needs attention around the clock. So we plan to implement a stress management team. A team will be formed with a member from each department. The team will be trained in stress management and will be responsible for monitoring the employee stress levels and providing feedback to management and offer assistance when needed. This team will be responsible for scheduling small events, parties, programs, and administrating the discussion board. Next, we will extend employee break times longer than 15 minutes. Employees will have more opportunity to distress with a walk, breathing session, or simply mental break if they receive two separate 30-minute breaks a day. A room can be designated to be set up with low lights and comfortable chairs to allow employees a place for quiet time to refocus in that amount of time. True, that equals up to an hour a day of lost time, but a stressed out employee working at half their potential will waste much more time than that. Also, shortening the work week by introducing a flexible schedule that allows employees the opportunity to work 4 then 5 days. This will help remedy employees feeling overworked and will allow more time at home. According to Forbes online article, 25 Ways to Cut Employee Stress and Boost Productivity, author Alan Cole says that two huge sources of workplace stress are work-life balance and lack of control over daily tasks. Giving employees the opportunity to have an extra day off means that there is more time for out of work activities, which would aid in restoring a positive work life balance. All departments will switch out monthly or quarterly to allow everyone to shorten their week. The department assigned for the month or quarter will allow the employees to change their work week from 5 days to 4 days. Co-worker relationships can be built by introducing a small group program. These groups will be designed to help employees handle stress within the workplace. It will allow employees to build long-lasting relationships with coworkers and make for a better company culture. The stress management team will be responsible for these groups. To keep employee morale and maintain a fun working environment, we suggest special events throughout the year. One of the events will include an annual Halloween contest where employees can take an entire day in October to decorate their offices with a theme. On Halloween, the company will close at 4 p.m. and employees and families can come and trick or treat from office to office. An award will be presented by our vendors for best decorations and many other silly classifications. The stress management team will also be responsible for meeting and scheduling other events. And finally, a policy that can allow employees to create a work-life balance by incorporating the EAP program. The EAP program is a telephone service that provides outside professional counseling, resources, and referrals to assist employees as well as their family members. It is 100% confidential. The employers themselves are not allowed insight into an employee's specific use of the service, only a summarized percentage of where the issues are coming from. This program helps on the topics of workplace conflict, drug addiction, mental health issues, caregiving issues, legal and family advice, financial counseling, and grief assistance. This service can provide up to 3 sessions at no cost to fully understand an issue before offering a resource or a service. Our team factored the cost to be $5,250 for 150 Datatron employees. The program costs an average of $35 per employee at our company size rate for a 1 year time period. How much will all of these programs cost? The discussion board, company holiday party, and life coach and yoga instructor will cost us an estimated $18,950. The remaining budget of $11,050 can be spent on the smaller programs to help improve Datatron's battle with stress. Our team is offering you a solution to strengthen the environment at Datatron, a solution that will guarantee your problems will be solved. Our partner Ernesto will now explain how essential this solution is for Datatron and its employees.
I want you all to imagine a workplace where the employees are excited to come into work. This is a place where employee interaction and feedback is not just encouraged, but key to making the business run. Can you see a place where employees know that they are seen as an asset and not just a liability? In a 2019 article, Why Employee Recognition is So Important and How You Can Start Doing It by KJ Harrison, Harrison talks about that if the employees feel like they are recognized within the company, that they feel like they're not just another number to the company, that they perform better, they work better, they perform better results overall. And that is how we envision Datatron to be with the adoption of our ideas and solutions. Imagine as the boss coming into work to not only see your employees smiling and appearing happy, not just because the boss is in the office, but because they actually enjoy working for the company. Whether it be because they just got back from their newly set 30-minute break, they had a meeting with the on-site life coach to talk out some of their own personal issues. They had a chance for group collaboration, whether it be talking through a work project that they currently have at hand, or even a 30-minute yoga class to let themselves relax and recharge before they get back to work. Whatever the employees decide to put their extra time and energy into, they know they are completely backed by Datatron, and they work to give that same amount of effort back to the company. As Teddy Chandra from the Canadian Center of Science and Education has found in their research, empowering leadership, which is giving employees the tools that they need to succeed, coupled with the work environment around them, it all contributes to an employee's performance. And as you know, the better an employee performs, the better the business performs, and that's more money coming back to Datatron. We want to make Datatron a place where employees enjoy coming in every day and giving their best because they know the company gives the exact same back to them. However, as the difference between a dream and a goal is if you act on what you have set, this cannot happen without you. Our goal is to provide a solution to an issue Datatron is currently facing. While it is easier said than done, our partner Crystal has outlined some action steps you can take to help with implementation.
We need to have a strong reality check about how we look at Datatron as a whole. Today, you heard the problems we encountered with a high level of stress at Datatron. You've been given a stress reduction policy that will turn this around. We just need to look at what we need to do. If we could recognize our employees when they do a good job or help them when it is needed. Constantly need to tell our employees how important their job is to the company, that they play a key role in the company's success, and without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. We need to make adjustments to their worker week so that they can achieve a work-life balance. We need to increase their breaks and encourage to take those breaks and tell them it is important to take breaks, to be active, and move their bodies. We must improve our communication, we must be more flexible with our employees, and we must have an open and supportive team atmosphere so our employees feel important to the company, as stated by Clark in her 2019 article. Stress has always been prevalent in the workforce. Companies, big and small, need to step up to the challenge of properly identifying stressors and methods in decreasing them. When workers are faced with a work-life imbalance, physical and mental responses such as high blood pressure, forgetfulness, and impulsive behavior begin to take a toll on the body. These physical and mental responses to stress can negatively impact an employee's productivity. It is important for us to understand that stress does not only affect business profits, but it can have a very real negative repercussion on the lives of our employees. We as a team understand that adopting a new policy takes time, even one as important as this stress reduction policy, which will require more discussions. Just remember that big changes happen through small gains. You must begin taking action today. Today you have heard the key issues that have caused high levels of stress at Datatron. You have been presented with a stress reduction policy that we as a team believe will transform Datatron into a happy, healthy working environment. This policy needs action, so if we really want to see change, don't take our word for it though. Read what the experts have to say. Read what medical professionals are warning employers about with stress-related illnesses. Read about the various ways that stress can cause a big impact on companies, big and small. Read what experts have said about organizations that focus on providing a workplace with work-life balance and how it has brought families closer and boosted office productivity. You gave us a budget of $30,000 and challenged us to make Datatron a happier place for everyone. You did this because you believed in us as a team. Well, we believe in the leadership of the company, and today is your chance to begin the transformation. Then tomorrow, the gears will be in motion. More conversation will be had, and we will be on track to change Datatron forever. The leadership of Datatron has built a very credible and profitable company that has been branded as one of the tops in the industry. Our employees are the best that they are, and our service are known throughout the world. From the outside looking in, we are the best of the best. But looking from the inside out, we have issues that need to be resolved if we want to maintain that highly rewarded status. If we don't implement this policy and help reduce stress in the workplace, Datatron will continue to have stressed out workers and increase turnover rates. We need to fix this problem and look to the future. A future where Datatron is not only known for being an industry giant, but known for being one of the greatest places to work in the world. Change can happen today. We just need to take the first step together.